going live here on YouTube. Thank you guys for tuning in. You're watching the Joy Daily Show with your girl Joy Daily, and I have a very special guest that is joining us today. We're also going live on YouTube. So you guys can check us out live on YouTube or right here on Instagram. But let me introduce my guest of honor. Without any further ado, we have the very talented, um, very handsome, focused Alvin Garretts joining us today on the Joy Daily Show. Thank you so much for being here today, Alvin. How are
Thank,
you?
I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful. It's my birthday eve. I'm turning
What?
21 tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
What? Okay. That's what's up,
Thank you
man.
for having me. Thank you for having
Congratulations.
me.
Congratulations. You definitely, have a very youthful vibe. 41 is the new what? 21 now? Would you
Yeah.
say that?
Well, 43 is the new 20. 23. 43 is the new 23.
43? Oh
Oh yeah.
wow.
Oh, you
Okay.
couldn't even tell, could you?
No,
Huh?
I could not tell at all. That's something like I know you must be in the gym, you doing what you gotta do, get that fountain of youth.
Yeah. Yes. And I drink plenty of water. Plenty of water.
That's the key right there.
Gotta drink your water.
Now, you have to tell me your motivation for this new album that's going to drop. The fact that you're dropping it on your birthday, there
Yeah.
has to be some creative significance with that. Just tell us a little bit about this project.
Well, tomorrow I'll be releasing my fourth EP actually called "The Lightness of Love." That's the lightness, because love is light. Love should not be heavy, and it's the perfect day for me to release this album because that's my personality. I'm just a light person, you know. But it comes from having love in my heart. Being taught love growing up, and understanding that love can lift any burden of life. So this album is pretty much me. It's my personality. It's fun. And anybody that knows me, they know I like to have a good time. Now, I'm serious about my business, but I like to have a good time. So this project is a total reflection of my personality. So I'm excited about releasing it on my birthday.
And also the fact that you're releasing it so close to Valentine's Day,
Yeah.
and it's a lot of discussion about love in some of these tracks that you wrote.
Yeah.
Would you consider yourself an expert in that department with relationships, love?
I will consider myself now. If the listeners would agree, I have to prove myself, but I like to consider myself expert level on the love thing. You have to just quiz me and see if I got it like I think I do. Yeah,
Okay. And that's reflected in a lot of these songs. So were these
absolutely.
songs like written from your personal experiences?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of these songs are written from my personal experience, but also from what I've seen growing up. Now, I'll say I'm maybe one of the few people who've experienced, just a deep, truthful love from my parents growing up. My parents been married 45 years. My dad, he tried to act like he a poet, but he's a preacher. He's always dropping them lines about how much he loved my mama. She's always smiling. The type of stuff that they write in fictional, stories. I actually saw it. So a lot of what is in my music is a reflection of what I saw growing up. Whether I've experienced it or not, that's for me to know. But I will say that I know in my heart what love can be because I've been able to see it and experience it in my own life. And a lot of the songs that I write, honestly, are inspired by just jovial feelings I get from fatherhood. I got a song called "Go Together," right? And of course, when you listen to it, it sounds like I'm singing to an adult female. However, it's the light feeling of it, of dancing with my kids to the song that gives me that feeling that I put into my music. So even if I'm using my imagination, just the love I have for my daughters inspires me to put me in the right frame of mind to write what I write, sometimes. So
Now, what do you think of the current state of R&B music
okay.
in 2021? What we're getting, the sound, it's a lot different from, how things were, like you said, when you were growing up, when I was growing up, and even
Mhm.
listening to your album. Like, to me, a lot of the tracks on your album sound really timeless. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, they could have been written at any point in time. What do you think about this new school type of R&B that they have going on right now?
Well, I'll say this. Number one, art is art. Okay, I always acknowledge my peers by acknowledging their art, and people who appreciate music, it's their choice. Now, my personal opinion about what R&B should mean to R&B fans, it's about who you are as a person. It's the feeling. It's an etiquette, right? That I feel has been lost in what we call R&B music. It was a swag that men had talking to a primary audience, women. I mean, let's just keep it real. That was back in the old days. That was the primary audience, and you can speak to whoever you want in terms of love, but there's a strength that to me is missing, and as a decorum between how a man talks to a woman, right? We've lost that. We've lost that chivalry. We've lost that
Absolutely.
swag. So if the
Hmm.
men themselves don't know how to talk to women, well, how they gonna know how to sing to them? You know what I'm saying? So, and even losing, not just that, losing touch with ourselves, not
Right.
singing from the soul, singing about the problems we have, singing about the feelings and the emotions. Right now, it's all about sex and partying. If that's the extent of your life experience, then fine, make that your art. But for me, I have a broader experience and I have a broader topic that I feel with R&B music people want to hear about. They want to be inspired when they're feeling low. You know, they want to be warm when they're feeling cold, right? R&B music is supposed to sing to the emotion and sing to the heart and the mind. And I don't think a lot of our artists are thinking that deeply because we're just trying to sell records. We just want to get played in the club. I get it. That's perfectly fine. I have no problem with that. As for me, I want to do it this way. And if people look to Alvin Garrett when they get to know me and say, yo, this is hope for R&B music, then that's fine. But I stand behind the traditional spirit of R&B music, which is singing from the heart to the heart.
Right. And like you said, a lot of that has been lost. Um, how do you think, what role do you think that social media plays in the way that, artists are writing music, putting
Mhm.
music out? I mean, it has changed a lot in the music industry. How have you adjusted to using social media to promote yourself and your music?
Well, I would say I'm slightly different, being that I believe in human contact. You know, I believe in touching actual people, right? And I think one of the fallacies of social media is that you believe you're touching people because you get your numbers up. In a lot of ways,
Hmm.
you get numbers up, but are you actually engaging the human experience, right? And so
Right.
I'll say this, and I tell people all the time, I've made more impact with my music than my numbers on social media will reflect, right? And
Hmm.
sometimes when you're positive, the algorithms don't work in your favor. Just keeping it real. If you negative and you dropping that drama, oh boom, 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 people are drawn to that, and I don't buy into it. So just to achieve an audience, I don't turn to those type of antics. I say, well, I'll find other ways to establish a foundation of business and music and do as much as I can, to be successful in terms of the business of music, but in terms of my brand, standing my ground and just being who I am. And so I believe that social media can sort of influence you and entice you to just
Hmm.
create a persona for people to watch you. And that's not what I'm doing. Like, this is who I am every day. And my thing has been, if they interested, they're interested. I'm not gonna buy into the hype of the platform just to get the algorithms working in my favor. I can't do that because I feel like I would lose so much of myself trying that. And I'm okay. I love myself the way I am. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
It's a
if the
lot of
people,
artists out there that are definitely selling their soul for numbers.
yeah, yeah.
They more concerned about, like you said, the numbers than being creative or being original. So I definitely respect that. Now tell us a little bit about the title of your album that's dropping
Okay.
tomorrow,
Yeah.
and what was the inspiration for that title?
The lightness of love. Love should be light, right? And I believe that because of, I say, human relationships and how we treat each other, love has gotten a bad rap. You know, we talk about
Yeah.
heartbreaks and we talk about, you know, the the heaviness of it all. You know, and that's in the music too. Um, you can think of thousands of songs that make you feel heavy, like, yeah, girl. But when do you think when you hear love in the lightness of it, in the part that makes you smile, the part that makes you feel like, man, all my troubles are gone away. You know what I mean? And I believe that the true source of love is light, which comes from above, is pure, right? Like water and air is pure and it's blue. If you look on my artwork, you see that love is blue. And that is intentional because you think love is red because that's how we painted romance. But true love, in terms of what comes from the heart and from above, is pure, which means I'm here to serve you. And that's in my relationship with my children, my lady, the society. If I'm giving of myself and it's pure, it's got to come from above because I'm not taking anything. You know what I'm saying? And so the lightness of love is when you're giving something away, you're losing that weight, right? And most people are taking from each other. They
So
expecting
true.
some, they take, and that gets to be a little heavy when people letting you down because they didn't give you enough or they didn't call you enough. So I'm just saying the lightness of love is really me saying let's rebrand love in its true character, which is light. Let's do love right. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Give love a better name. Now, the
yes.
quarantine affected a lot of people's relationships
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
people were forced to be around each other for, much longer periods of time than
Yeah.
if you were working and everyone had their own life or going out or whatever. So, how did the quarantine affect your love life
Okay.
and your album and writing this music? Did it help you? Did it hurt you?
Well, I would say the first thing the quarantine did for me is it helped my hair grow.
Mine too. Mine
Because
too.
it taught me to go and let that thing grow out, and I discovered.
Uh-huh.
So I give credit to the quarantine for my nice curly hair, which was totally wavy before the quarantine. I think I might be slightly handsome today. At least that's
Yeah,
what they
yeah, I'm
tell me.
feeling this look. Quarantine did your hair good.
Yeah, yeah, but I will say what truly based to answer your question, uh, slowing down helped me reflect on who I am. And I believe that the only way to connect with another person is to connect with yourself. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't slow down enough to realize who you are, what you are, you can't understand how another person deals with you. You know what I'm saying? And so absolutely the quarantine made me face myself and learn to be a better person. And I'm easier to love when I can be more humble, when I can be more caring or more attentive, because life slowed down enough for you to pay attention to the things that someone else needs. And so I'll say love is better because I'm a little better since I stopped running so much, and able to get out and spend time with the family, you know what I'm saying, and or reflect on myself and, you know, drop some relationships or friends that I thought were friends, but they were only around for convenience. You know what I mean? Just a lot
Oh yeah.
of changes came along that just made my personality lighter. And if I'm lighter, then it's easier for somebody else to love me.
Another question about social media. We're talking about love and we're talking about, Valentine's Day being right around the corner. What
Mhm.
is your opinion on sharing um, the details of your relationship or even like who you're in a relationship with on social media? Is that something that you like to put out there to the world, or is that something that's more personal for you?
Honestly, I keep all of that stuff private. You know what I mean? Because truth be told, no matter what people are showing you, they're not showing you everything, right? They only
Right.
showing you what they want you to see. It's not truthful. So if you see me smiling with my old lady all the time, then I'm probably lying because we don't smile all the time. If I don't show you everything, why show you anything? And I think that's what people do is they paint this picture, and then when they're mad at them, let's go get an opinion. I always say, look, if you have a real friend, talk to a real friend, because
Hmm.
everybody on social media is not your friend. They're watching, right? And the people that not commenting talking about you. So, so it's just not a place to me. And I'm old school. You know what I'm saying? They're like, what goes on in this house stays in this house. And social media should not break that privacy tradition. But that's me. I'm old school. You know what I mean? So I don't put a lot of my personal business on social media because I'm not inviting people into my house like that. But in principle, right? In principle, I speak freely about the principles of love, relationship, but in terms of the sanctity of my home, I keep that private. And even with my children, I show my children so that people can see me. They can see that I love my girls and that that's another side of me. But I don't
Mhm.
put my kids out there, just trying to get likes and stuff. You know what I mean? So I try to be a little bit particular about that.
Now, do you think that this is my last question about social media,
Oh
but
no,
do
that's
you
cool.
think that social media has made it much easier for people in relationships to kind of stray from their relationships or cheat in their relationships because it's just like so many options, so many different ways of seeing
Hmm.
people, of contacting people, it's just so much going on in social media, dating wise,
Hmm.
that do you think that it can sometimes put a strain on a relationship or make it easier to cheat?
I don't know. I don't know about none of that kind of stuff. So I wouldn't know about all the tools for straying and all the tools you know, for cheating. I get it. I get enough attention from having dimples. I don't need no social media to make it worse. But I do imagine that people that want to do that, they can
Hmm.
find a way to do it with or without social media. You know what I'm saying? So if that's what people are into, social media would certainly make it easier or more convenient. But it
Hmm.
also, I imagine, would bring a lot more problems. You know what I'm saying? If that's that about
Absolutely.
that life. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Now let's get back to the music and some
Sure,
of
sure.
your favorite tracks on the album. Is there like a particular song that you're going to be pushing or promoting like first as like a single?
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay, and what track is that?
Absolutely. My first single is called "My Gift to You," and that's currently. And if people listen here, they can go check that out. It's streaming right now, and it's simply a smooth love song that says, I am the gift. I'm giving myself to you. You know what I'm saying? Every day's a holiday when you're with the one you love, and so I am. It's a beautiful song. This is my gift to you. Whatever you need, you can have it in me. It's my gift to you. Love and you. So love is the gift, you know what I mean? And that's what that song is all about.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to hearing that song. I feel like I said, it's just the timing for this album is just so perfect because
Yeah.
everybody's getting in a little romantic mood for
Hmm.
Valentine's Day. So you're gonna help us, make that Valentine's Day extra special. Do you have any plans for Valentine's Day?
You mean like personally or business?
You said what?
I said, you mean personally or business?
Well, both, both.
I, no, I mean, I don't want to let nobody down, but every day is a holiday with me. I mean, I'm putting it in the song. I'm just saying that may not sound romantic, but why do I have to pick one day to set aside to be me, right? If I'm
Right.
loving you right, then listen to my gift to you. Every day should be a holiday, right? So that's just how I am. Like even for my birthday tomorrow, I'm not a big birthday kind of guy. I try to always pay tribute to my parents because I feel like, hey, y'all did all the work to get me here,
They're
right?
responsible for your
I'm just the
existence, so
yeah, you're responsible for me. So I try to pay
Mhm.
tribute to my parents all the time on my birthday because I feel like I didn't earn that, right? So I'm just that type of person where I like to work for what I earn, and then I like to, I'm not a big holiday kind of guy. I'm just not, because I feel like if I treasure you, you should know that every single day, not just on
Right.
February 14th or on your
Hmm.
birthday. Like, oh, it's birthday. Oh, it's anniversary. Let me go buy something. No, I should treat you that way all the time. And
Every
a
day.
holiday shouldn't exonerate me from being consistent.
Now, tell us a little bit about being nominated for a Grammy.
Mm.
I know that was like a big, very important milestone in
Hmm.
your music career. Just tell us a little bit about that experience.
Well, I was nominated for a Grammy in 2012 for a gospel song that I wrote with Trinity 57. It was nominated for Gospel Album of the Year. And a lot of people think, oh man, you got nominated for a Grammy, man. You gotta tip your hat. Honestly, it was one of the most humbling experiences of my career because it said that everything I do moving forward has to be on that level. It has to be worthy. Because I was like, I don't want people like, he Grammy nominated. You know, I want to say, oh yeah, he Grammy nominated. But so my work had to speak for it, not just for that accomplishment, but everything moving forward. So it humbled me, and it made me step my game up to work harder so that I wouldn't just be tossing it around as sort of a resume builder, but that it would truly reflect my work and my ethic and the sound of music that I make. So it was very humbling.
And that's interesting that you said that you were doing gospel music. So that's a bit of a change from, the very romantic love making type of music that you have on this new album. So tell us a little bit about that transition. I mean, do you still dabble in gospel as well?
Absolutely. Let me get you hip. See, I'm a preacher's kid. You know what I'm saying? And that,
Really?
yeah, I'm a PK, and that love that I spoke about, that's light. You know, like you say, that comes from above, the Creator,
Mhm.
and so that's present in all of the music that I write. And actually, I came into 2021 with the number one gospel song in the country, a song called
Wow.
"Patiently Praise." Now, I wrote it for somebody else, but it was still me. You know what I'm saying? And so I'll say there's an imprint on all of my songs if you listen close, and I like to call it inspirational soul music. Even if I'm writing a love song, it should inspire you to love a certain kind of way. If I'm writing a gospel song, it should inspire you to do what that music makes you want to do. So I don't write music like, I can rap. I got a little flow. I got rhythm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, actually, yeah, a
Okay.
little bit. But I can't write what was cool for the streets, because I don't want to try to do that. You know what I mean? Because that's not me. But gospel, inspirational music, soul, jazz, all of that sort of falls within my sphere of comfort in terms of how I write. So I can write a worship song, I can write a praise song, I can write a sex song, I can write all of that because it's coming from the same core person. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
yeah.
Now, how has this whole pandemic? I mean, you already said how the quarantine affected you, but as far as even how you're going to celebrate your birthday tomorrow, like how's the
Mhm.
pandemic like affected all that you're doing? With this music,
Okay.
your birthday,
Yeah.
just general things in business that you would normally be able to like do like a huge gathering with many people for. Now things have changed so much. So how are you adjusting to all these changes?
Well, as you can see here, if y'all don't mind, don't get dizzy. I am at a venue that I work with called the Denny Concert. And in here, we're going to transform this entire room. We're doing the set right now. We're doing our live stream. Now, we only invite less than 50 people, and we can hold about 350 in terms of capacity. But we
Oh,
keep
wow.
everybody spaced out. We got custom masks that we're giving everybody. We do
Oh,
have a
that's
COVID
sweet.
cleaning service that comes in, cleans before and after. And when I do my live streams, I'm very particular about safety. I don't even sell tickets actually, because it's invitation only. But we stream it out, and we hope to continue to expand our audience and everybody watching you. We hope they tune in tomorrow as well. But to answer your question about the pandemic, this is where I also teach my songwriting class called The Right Life. And so
Oh,
I
wow.
actually work with the reentry program where I teach young men and young ladies who've been in and out of the justice system how to use the power of songwriting to change their life. And we actually write the songs, record them, and we promote them. And so it's been a very, very good program, in addition to the other work-based learning and workforce development programs that we have. And a lot of our young people that deal with issues from the streets, they love music, and music speaks to them and speaks to their culture. So what we're trying to do is say the negative aspect of the culture that music, that they're living through the music, in terms of how the disrespect towards women or disrespect towards other brothers. You know what I'm saying? We don't
Right.
allow that in the music that we write. So it's a positive reinforcement class that I write, and that has been something that I've dove in really hard with during the pandemic, because we're able to teach it online. We teach it via Zoom, and we even recorded the songs remotely. So it's been a very, very good opportunity to take what I have learned these past 20 years and in the music industry and my growth, and teach it to somebody else, and repurpose my skills and talents, since I'm not able to go on the road, but still be innovative and stay active and connect with my music.
And that's amazing, like what you're doing for these kids,
Yeah,
because these are children that would probably never ever get that type of opportunity for somebody
absolutely,
to sit down with them and teach them and promote the music that they make. That's amazing. I really
absolutely.
do wish that the media would promote more programs like this, and just more positive things that people are doing for their community, like yourself.
Yeah.
um that's really what's up. But as far as this listening event that you have going on
Mhm.
tomorrow, I know that a lot of people are tuned in. They want to know how they can be a part of it, how they
Okay.
can be in the midst of what's going on. Tell us how we can get involved to hear that album tomorrow.
All right, I would say go to Facebook, I'm sorry, and like my page, The Alvin Garrett. The
Okay.
Alvin Garrett is my artist page on Facebook. As you can see on Instagram, if you're watching The Alvin Garrett, follow me here. But we'll be going live stream at 8 p.m. Central, and that'll be 9 p.m. Eastern. And we start on time, and we do it right. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be
Okay.
very nice. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And we're gonna have DJ Chocolate. We got a live virtual DJ going on. I'm gonna have the small band. We're doing our thing. So it's gonna be a
That's
nice presentation. It's going to be very innovative. So I want people to check it out. And that's Facebook Live tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. The Alvin Garrett on Facebook. So, yeah.
Now, would you ever do a versus battle? And if so, who is an artist that you would go on versus against?
All right. Okay. I've never been asked this question before. And I always say be prepared. If I
Mhm.
had to call somebody out, I had to call out my good friend PJ Morton. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely. Now, the only reason I'm saying is because that's actually my friend.
Okay.
We are actually good friends. We're actually in a band together in year 2000. We've been friends. He was at my wedding. So I know that's my boy. So I know if he sees this, he'll laugh about it and know that'll be.
Now that would be a good battle. I'm
Oh
sure
yeah,
people
it
would
would.
love to
It
see
would
that.
because actually PJ inspired me to take songwriting seriously. A lot of people don't know that, but I played bass guitar and I was the bass player in the band. But we did a lot of songwriting, and so in our early years, I would ask, like, "Man, how do you write these great songs?" And they would say, "Man, just keep writing them. Just
Mm.
keep writing them." And he said, "You're gonna get a lot of bad ones before you get to the good ones."
Yep,
So
that's
I'm so
nice
proud of
though.
him and what he's done because I've seen his 20 plus year journey. And so I've been following that same path, which is stay at it. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Stay at it, keep singing your songs, keep writing them, and eventually people will pay you attention. And so if I had to have a versus, I would do it with him because I know he wouldn't destroy me. He'd take it light because I'm his boy.
Oh man. Well, thank you so much, Alvin, for joining us today. I really, really enjoyed this interview. I'm looking forward to the album release party tomorrow. I will
Yeah.
be there virtually.
Awesome. Thank you.
And if you could just like leave us with maybe a couple of lines from one of your favorite tracks on the album, that would
Oh
be
yeah,
so
yeah.
wonderful. We'd love it.
All right, for all those people out there who wish they had a love of their own and they could hold on to, this is one of my favorite songs on the album. It's called In It. We can be under a bridge or in a house on a hill, no matter where it is, as long as we're in it together. We can be under a bridge or in a house on a hill, no matter where it is, as long as we're in it together. Yeah.
Woo! Thank you for that. I
Yeah.
love that. So we are definitely going to be tuned into your Facebook tomorrow, the
Yes.
Alvin Garrett on Facebook, so that we can be a part of the celebration of your birthday, the celebration of this album that we are so excited to hear. And thank you so much for
Thank you for
coming on
having me.
today, giving us some
Thank you for
time.
having me. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you. And so, if you don't have a love of your own, you know what I'm saying? Maybe, I don't know. You just pop in that AG and then, they be running to you. I'm
All
cutting up. You're
right.
so beautiful. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you as well. You enjoy the rest of your pre-birthday, and we
Yes.
will be tuned in with you for tomorrow.
Awesome. Thank you, Joy.
Okay, take care.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye bye.